Hey there, Empress and Rovers. Today we are in the town of Bernal, here in the Bajío region, outside of the city of Queretaro. It's a town of small pleasures, delicious food, beautiful architecture, and just so much to see and explore. So follow us on this journey while we explore what this town has to offer. Let's go! So we're just heading into town, back in Bernal. It's such a cool little place to visit, this Pueblo, especially I feel for the cuisine. This is like a place where you can eat like carnitas, gorditas, all kinds of things that end in itas. Quesadillas. There's just, I think that was the one, that was the restaurant. I remember one particular gordita place here, or a couple different ones from the times where we've been here, and it is just so delicious. So we're walking along downtown Bernal, and there's tons of little souvenir shops. You can buy a hat, look very much like a Mexican here. Tons of different pastry shops and ice cream shops. Like, this is an amazing place to visit out of San Miguel or out of Querétaro during the weekend, to come here and engage in the Mexican tradition of pueblear, or to visit the little pueblos around the city. So Bernal is located an hour and 40 minutes outside of San Miguel and just 40-45 minutes outside of Querétaro. Not that much of a drive, so it's pretty much just like a really cool day trip to do out of any of these cities. And it's right on what is called the route of cheese and wine, because there are so many creameries and wineries around here. So you don't just have to stay in the town, but you could also take an opportunity while you're out exploring the area to actually visit some of these creameries and wineries. Often they're one and the same. It's a really cool experience. There's just tons to do around here, not just stare at the rock. This is one of the best streets in all of Bernal, the one where you're walking down all these cool little nooks where you can buy some bread or a souvenir, and then you have the rock right here, and the main plaza or main square right here. It's a very, very beautiful little town. We're having lunch at one of our favorite places here. It's called Gorditas El Negrito. It's right by the main plaza, right by the tower here. So gorditas are kind of like a mix between like a pita bread and a taco, and they're absolutely delicious, and they very much form a central part of folk cuisine here in the Querétaro region. So let's go try this out. So I just stumbled on like the cooks while they're preparing the maize to make the gorditas. So as you can see, you have all of this maize which is boiled and fermented before then cooked to be later put into this mill to create the masa from which they're going to bake the gorditas, which are then going to be stuffed. So Bernal really feels to me like what people would imagine in Hollywood to be old Mexico to be like the dusty old town in the middle of like this like arid landscape with these tall nopales, paddleboard cactuses, and you know, just like sleepy town with just decorated in this Mexican style, like colonial buildings, tight cobblestone streets, all of the churches like rising up from the middle of the town. It's very evocative of that old Mexico feel, and it very much is old Mexico because if you think about it, Mexico City is one of the oldest cities in the country, and right after that, what followed in colonization was this area to the north. So these are very, very old towns that just have like so much history and culture attached to them. So what did you get, Bridge?
I got 3 gorditas.
That's 3.
Yes, thank you. I got una huevo, egg, una huitlacoche, which is a fungus.
Huitlacoche is like a fungus or almost like a mushroom that grows on the maize stalk. Is it the stalk or the cob?
I'm not sure where it grows.
As in like the actual corn.
On the cob?
Yeah, it grows on the corn cob.
Okay.
So
it's better than it sounds. And then I got una champiñones, delish. Oh, I should have gotten nopales too. Yeah. Oh well, we can always get more. I mean, these are filling.
The cool thing about these gorditas is you have these vegetarian options. If you want to try like some kind of like street food, like it doesn't always have to be meat here in Mexico. There's like tons of these options, and we just got 3 each because it can be pretty filling. So we're just having 3 and then see how we feel about having like a 4th one or maybe even like a 5th one. I'm absolutely starving.
A 4th or maybe even a 5th.
Don't limit me.
Never. Was that you? Oh, that's it.
These gorditas are so good. They're made from like actual maize. I mean, we just saw how they're cooking it. This is everything that a gordita should be. Like a nice dish stewed in like a good salsa, and then stuffed into like a meaty gordita, just that is just perfectly baked right before you eat it. It is amazing. Those gorditas were so good. I'm just stuffed. So we're just walking around the plaza a little. I'm just trying to find like another cool, like a dessert or something.
we're so full from our gorditas.
Not full enough for dessert.
Dessert.
Never full enough for dessert. This is one of those traditional bread places. I think it's actually related to the gordita place right across the street. So let's see what they have to offer.
Solamente tengo café con leche y cappuccino. Son de cápsula.
So we're gonna try this delicious chocolate coffee cake. It does taste like coffee. It's got cheese in it too. Interesting flavor. So this is the bread I got. It's like a concha. It's filled with blackberry jam and cheese, cream cheese. Let's try it. Wow, it has like so much blackberry filling.
It's cream cheese?
This is so good.
Oh my gosh.
This isn't like my regular like, oh, it's so good and it's actually not. This is like actually...
It's not amazing?
Yeah. I'm joking. That's not true.
How do you describe the flavors, if you might? Indescribable.
The full bodiness of the cheese really brings out the sweetness of the blackberry.
Very good.
How's that, Gordon Ramsay? What do you think? It's like holding a little pillow, isn't it?
It is so good. I want to sleep on this.
No,
sleep in this.
no way. I'm eating that.
It's really good.
Con colchas.
So right behind me is the rock of Bernal. This rocky outcrop can be seen for miles and miles around in the vicinity of Bernal, as far away as parts of Queretaro. This rocky outcrop is believed by the locals to hold great spiritual power and energy, in the same way that people believe that about the rocks in Sedona. So you'll see tons of people selling like crystal jewelry, like crystals themselves, and all kinds of like spiritual paraphernalia. You can actually climb to the very, very top of the rock using rock climbing equipment with some of the tour companies around here. Or you can always just hike. There's a path that leads all the way up to kind of like around this point in the rock, from where you can see panoramic views of the surrounding landscape. It's pretty amazing. Here's a picture so you guys can get a sense of how it is to be up there. Come for the rock, stay for Bernal. So from here, this point at the edge of town, right where the rock is, you have the start of the road that goes west beyond the rock and into the Sierra Gorda. The Sierra Gorda is an amazing, amazing, magical place. It's famous for all of its different convents, and it has one of the most diverse ecosystems in all of Mexico, which is saying something. And it is just a place that has drawn artists and naturalists and all kinds of explorers, including us on some of our previous travels. So Bernal is not just this town where one comes and just enjoys, but it's also the jumped off point into further adventures into the Sierra Gorda. Such a cool one.
These are really creepy.
Yeah, I'll say. The Mask Museum here in Bernal is worth a visit. There are masks from all over the world, but also most of them are like the winners or honorary mentions from several mask making contests that were carried out here. So it's just $2-3 to get in on general admission. So it's just like a, you know, like a cool thing to do if you have kids or you're like into this whole cultural scene. So yeah, totally worth a visit. So we hope you enjoyed this video of Bernal. It very much is worth it to come here if you are staying in the city of Queretaro or if you're in San Miguel. It is the gateway to the Sierra Gorda, and it just has so much to offer, and we hope you're gonna add this for your very own travel bucket list. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel. It keeps us growing. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers to keep growing this amazing community of ramblers and rovers just like you. Until our next adventures, amigos, adios.